So I'm sure we've all heard of the controversy that has been stirred up by the newly released items in Royale High. They are 13 new sets that can only be acquired by buying toys and paying money to a pro-Israel company. So we are not going to be doing that. Instead, what we're going to do is to make versions of these outfits with existing items in the game, to show that we don't need to pay money to that kind of company in order to dress well and on theme. I also love these kinds of challenges. I think they're really fun and also a chance to flex your own creativity. Right, so let's start with the Valkyrie set. I have done a video on that very same set, creating my own outfit, but I think it would be nice to just include this into this one video where I will be making sort of budget versions or just making these outfits with items that already exist in Royale High. So we're going to be starting again with the Valkyrie set. Even though I've already done a video on this, I'm just going to quickly go through how I made the set. So we are going to start by saving the set colors that are used for each item. For the hues, we will be using the Snow Swan hues, specifically the one with the straps to mimic the gladiator style of the hues. We'll remove the feathers, the tights, as well as the buckles, and we'll color it all the same sparkly metallic yellow. For our hairstyle, we'll be using this particular style called Vampy. It's the one that comes with a helm, which we will then color to match the set item. So we'll use the same yellow sparkly pattern that should be available to all users, and for the gems on that helm, it's going to be pink. For the bodice, we'll be using the steampunk bodice, namely toggle number 8, that's just the vest. And just like the hues, we will be coloring it all the same metallic yellow. Then we're gonna add the toggle of the Whimsy Witch that looks just like a corset at the glorious cape. This one we'll color blue. Next, we have to add the powerful love brooch. So we color it white and pink, and the way that it works is that it's very luminous, so we have to color it a very dark pink. We add the human arms, right, so that we don't just look like a typical Roblox character, and we add the opposites attract skirts, which we will color the main body blue and the lace will be white. Then we'll add the steampunk clockwork skirt, namely toggle 13, so that there's these ruffles on the side to make it look just like the Valkyrie skirt itself. And of course we have to add accessories such as a shield, also a yellow metallic color, as well as the Blade of Light. If you don't have the Blade of Light, you can use the Aurora's longsword as a replacement, but I think the Blade of Light is best, and we'll use the Glimmering Light Fairy wings for the Valkyrie skirt. And here's the whole set that we've made using items that already exist in Royale High. So the next set we're going to be doing a version of is the Crowned Court Waltz set. It has 3 parts, starting with a very frilly bodice with a large bow. Next would be the fairy tale sleeves, which are off the shoulder and also have this kind of extra detailing on them. Finally, we have the skirt, and of course, for every set, we have to save the colors to use when we make our own version. So the skirt is very much Rococo inspired, very frilly and puffy. So to begin with, for the bodice, we are going to be using the Snow Swan bodice. I feel that the lace in the front kind of mimics the ruffles on the original Crown Court bodice. Right, so we'll get rid of the feathers and color it pink. We're also keeping the choker but without the snowflake brooch, right, to add a bit more decoration to it. We'll change the arms to human arms and again use the powerful love brooch to also try and mimic that large bow at the front of the bodice. And again, to get rid of the luminosity, we have to add rather dark colors to try and match the colors of the set. Next, we'll be using the bow toggle of the Darling Valentina lace bodice, the largest bow, just the bow itself, not the rest of the bodice, and we'll color it the same pink. For the sleeves, we'll start with the Goth Lolita blouses for the off-the-shoulder look and the ruffly sleeves to mimic that same detail. For accessories, we'll be adding some gloves, the Snow Swan gloves. Again, for more decoration, I think that would fit nicely. So the heels don't really matter as much since they are going to be covered by the skirt, but considering what skirt we're going to be using next, I think the Whimsy Witch heels fit and also are tall enough for the skirt. So let's just color it pink, the same pink from the set, just to match. And for the skirt, you probably already knew, but we are using the Whimsy Witch skirt, which is actually very similar to the Crown Court waltz skirt, just that the Whimsy Witch is a little more gothic, you can say. So we'll color it with pink, white, and a little bit of yellow, and we'll add on more accessories, starting with the frozen crown, colored in the same colors, right, so that we can give a very regal feel to this outfit. And some more accessories we'll be adding is the frozen fluttery fan, again colored pink and white, and here is our version of the Crown Court waltz set, right, a very regal, elegant looking set, perfect for a royal ball. Our next outfit will be the Nurturing Nymph dress for Nature Fairy, since we're going to be going in the same sequence of items that's in the shop. So this dress is very cute with lots of natural elements such as petals, flowers, butterflies, and leaves, right? So we'll save the colors. And for the bodice, we'll be going with the second toggle of the Opposites Attract bodice, which has been picked because the top bodice, when it's colored pink, it looks just like the pink butterfly on the bodice of the dress itself. Next, we'll add the Goddess of Triumph bodice toggle 13 for the roses to peek out, and we'll color that the same pink. For the skirt, we'll go with the Blossoming Dewdrop gown toggle 4. We'll remove the long skirt and color it in the same colors, and this skirt also mimics the flower and leaf pattern of the original dress. Now, we've essentially finished the skirt, the main dress itself, but let's complete the outfit with the Goddess of Triumph heels that we are going to color in the same set colors. I do like the tendrils. I think they are a very good touch for nature fairy outfits. We'll add in human arms, and we'll continue adding accessories such as the springtide crown, right, a flower crown, and other natural accessories like the wraparound vine necklace, as well as a corsage item, the Elegance Rose Corsage, which again puts some flowers on the wrist, and I think it's quite fitting for this outfit. We'll finish with the Enchanted Nature Fairy wings, which fits the same color scheme of the dress. And here is our version of the Nurturing Nymph dress for Nature Fairy, which is a very cute dress that I myself would like to get someday. I'm simply a sucker for Nature Fairy dresses made out of natural plant materials. So the next set we'll be doing is the Wicked Vampress set, consisting of a bodice with this really cool spiderweb collar detail. We'll be saving the colors, which is really just black and a dark red. The second part of this bodice is its skirt, which is a very cool spiderweb looking design, very pointed and sharp. So for the bodice, we'll be using the Whimsy Witch bodice, which I think is the closest to the existing one. The pearl necklace, we'll be painting it red, and the rest of the outfit in the set colors. We'll add the human arms, of course, and this set doesn't come with heels, but I think the Whimsy Witch heels are the most fitting considering the whole gothic aesthetic of this set. We'll be coloring that in shades of red as well as black. Apologies for the darkness of the setting, I think it was the most fitting for this gothic set. For the skirt, we're going with toggle 11 of the Starlight Rainbow skirt, and you'll see why I picked such a pastel looking skirt. It's really more for the puffy nature of the skirt. So we'll be using a pattern by Lavish Noob for their red spiderweb pattern, which I think goes perfectly with the whole aesthetic of the set. So we'll color the top part and all the tiers of the skirt with this, and the rest of the fluff below as well as the sparkles will be of course black. Finally, we'll add the Crescent Moon cloak to try and mimic that very cool spiderweb collar. I think it's the closest we have to that item. And to reinforce that spiderweb motif, we'll be using another Lavish Nude pattern, just a black spiderweb pattern. And this is the closest that we can get to the set in my opinion, so let me know in the comments how did I do. So after the Vampress set, we'll be doing the Prom Queen dress for Light Fairy. This is another single item dress set like the Nature Fairy dress, so we'll be saving the colors of the dress, different shades of pink and yellow together with purple and blue. Our bodice will be using toggle 12 of the steampunk bodice. This is the one without any straps, right? And which is relatively simple. We'll just color all of it white. We have to add human arms, of course, and then we'll go with the first toggle of the Starlight Rainbow skirt. So to try and mimic the ombre effect of the dress itself, the skirt portion, we will be using the original set colors but adjusting them to create a subtle gradient effect with the pinks in the front. And then we apply the other colors to match the dress itself. The lower layers of fluff will be 2 layers of pink, 2 layers of purple, and the final center layers of blue. So we're done with the dress by now, but of course we have to finish the outfit. I'm adding the Dear Dolly heels in mostly white and yellow shoes and ruffles. Then we have to add the necklaces as well. So I'll be adding the freshwater pearl necklace and the heart of the ocean necklace for the heart pendant necklace. So this is the whole set. It's quite simple and quite straightforward, and we try and replicate the gradient look of the skirt as much as we can. Our next dress is going to be the Crystalline Dreams Ice Fairy dress, which looks quite similar to the Light Fairy dress. You'll even be using some of the same items. So the only shade we need to save is this blue, and the bodice will be using the exact same toggle as the Light Fairy dress, even also coloring it all white. For the necklace of the dress, we'll be using toggle 10 of the Goddess of Triumph bodice, and then we will add the Shadow Empress skirt, coloring it white and blue for the crystalline skirt part. So we're done with the dress already. Yes, this is quite a simple piece. So we're going to add Winter Guardian boots as well as crystal eyes, wings, and that's it. That's the whole outfit. It's very simple, and honestly the hardest part to replicate would be the crystalline eyes. So we make do with what we have using the angular Shadow Empress skirt. Next up, we have the Blazing Beauty dress for Fire Fairies, and this one has quite an interesting color combination with different shades of blue, specifically dark blue, reds and oranges. So we're going to start by using the steampunk bodice, toggle 2, with the blouse and the vest. So the vest, we are going to color it with the lighter, more electric blue, while the undershirt is the darker blue. We are going to add the Whimsy Witch bodice, toggle 13, which is just the corset, right, for the part of the dress in the midsection that's a darker blue as well. Next, we'll use the Royal Rebel skirt and color it orange and red for the skirt design. And we're already done with the dress since it's just a single piece. So I'm gonna add the opposites attract dragon wing shoes, right, to match the whole fire aesthetic. After all, dragons do breathe fire, so we'll color it the same colors at the human arms. And for wings, I think the infernal bat wings go very nicely with all the fire and flames. And I picked the Royal Rebel skirt for its asymmetry to also try and mimic the skirt part of the dress as much as possible. So the skirt is pretty unique, tattered and burned. I think that's the unique point of this outfit that we can't really find anywhere else. Now we move on to the Sugar Dough Bakery set, which has 3 pieces. Firstly, the hat, and next is the bodice with a heart-shaped apron, and the skirt with the other half of the apron with heart-shaped pockets. We'll save the colors, which are a darker wine red as well as brown and beige shades. For our hat, we'll be using the sailor hat with bow, which will color most of it white except for the detailing and bow that will be the dark wine red. Next, we'll add the spring cleaning headband for the 2 side bows, as well as a more organic shape to it in general. We'll add the baby doll adorable sleeves for the puff sleeve look, and the cottage princess skirt, the one with the apron on it, colored the same as the set. Now, the bodice is a lot more complicated than the rest. We'll start with toggle 2 of the steampunk bodice. So we'll keep the undershirt white, but the vest will be colored entirely brown. Next, we'll add the Dear Dolly bodice, but only the more roughly flat out sleeves. This one will be all brown as well. Well, next we're going to have to add the heart shape to it, which we have in the Darling Valentina lace bodice, toggle number 4. So, of course, the bow has to be red, and the rest of the bodice will then be brown. Even though the main bodice and bow are the same color, so there's going to be some red at the sides. It's kind of something we can't really control. So we've done the set, and let's finish the outfit with the cookie cutter loafers in the same colors. And there we go, here's the set. This is personally one of my favorites, and it has proven to be incredibly popular among the community. This is definitely one of my highest priority items to get when it comes to trading. Now we move on to the Stardust Designer Artist set, which has this very cute vest over a blouse look, with the blouse being transparent and sparkly. So let's save the colors, which would be a kind of turquoisey mint, pale purple, lots of several yellow shades, as well as a pastel pink and a darker yellow color. It also has this layered skirt, which is very cute, lots of bows and more stars and sparkles and pearls. So we'll start with toggle 2 of the steampunk bodice, which is also the one with a vest over an undershirt. So the vest will be mint, undershirt white, and the metal buckles and zippers get to be yellow gold. Next, we'll add toggle 21 of the Darling Valentina bodice. So we just get rid of the sleeves, and we will keep a medium-sized chest bow as well as the choker. So the chest bow will of course be pink, and we will color parts of the choker a yellow color. Right, so there's lots of small fiddly bits in this set. Next we add the December Dream sleeves and blouse, coloring it a pale yellow. And for the skirt, we'll add the Snow Swan skirt, toggle 8. This one we will color the top layer mint to match the vest, and the bottom layers will be a mixture of white and yellow with purple lace. So we're actually done with the skirt, so let's add the rest of the outfit. I think the Darling Valentina heels are very cute and also not too tall, and we're also going to add the Darling Valentina cuffs, right, to mimic the cuffs on the dress. Next we have the Cozy Coquette set for Ice Fairies in 2 pieces, the bodice as well as the skirt with bows and fur trim that mimics snow. So for the bodice, we'll be using the Slay It bodice with the fur trim and colouring it the purple colour of this whole set. For the sleeve portion of the fur trim, we'll be using one of the colours of the Winter Guardian bodice, and we'll be using toggle 9 of the TTYL skirt with the fur trim at the bottom. Of course, we can't forget the cute little bows, although we can only give it 1 bow using the Darling Valentina bodice, which we will colour white. I really do like that little row of those little rows of bows. So to finish the outfit, we will add in the December Dream tights and heels, and we are done. A very cute and casual fit. Now let's move on to the Twinkle Wishes Dreamy dress for Light Fairies, which, I'll be honest, I thought was an Ice Fairy dress at the beginning before I saw all of the star motifs on it and the star pattern on the skirt. So we'll save the colours, which are really just shades of blue together with white. For the bodice, we'll start with the Opposites Attract bodice. So the 4th toggle that just looks like a ruffled bikini top. We'll colour that in the same shades of blue. We want this bodice for the ruffles at the top of the bodice. And then we're going to layer it with toggle 13 of the Whimsy Witch bodice, the one that's just a corset. This will be a darker shade of blue. For these and then next we're going to add the Midnight Stripe Pop Star bodice for the large bow with the star clip in the front. So we're going to colour the tube top as close as we can to the skin because we actually don't want it, we want it to disappear. And with that, the front bow is going to be white and the star clip of course will be blue. So we'll try to replicate that star bow as much as we can. For the skirt, we're going with the December's Dream Dancer skirt, and for the pattern, we'll be using this one by Starla Blitz Bloom. I think it's actually the closest, right, to the original pattern. And for the sheer top, we'll be colouring it blue as well, right, since this pattern is mostly kind of purplish. We'll be adding the Dear Dolly back bow, and we're done with the dress. So let's add heels. I think the Midnight Pop Star heels with all the star motifs would work very nicely as well. And let's not forget the Midnight Stripe Pop Star bow. So not part of the actual set, but I think it just goes very well with its whole star theme. And I think this is very cute, even just as a outfit on its own. Next, let's look at the Bubbly Beach dress, which is themed after a shell, as you can see from the skirt, while the sleeves are shaped like corals and the whole dress is covered with what looks like bubbles or even pearls. So we'll save the colours of the dress, and let's start by adding some heels. That will be the Summer Fantasy heels to fit the whole aquatic beach aesthetic, which we will colour with our dress colours. For the sleeves, we'll go with toggle 17 of the Darling Valentina bodice, right, to match as far as we can the same shape of the sleeves. For the bodice, we will go with the Slay It bodice without the fur, and you can colour it with the same turquoise shade of blue, or if you have the patterns pass, you can go under the Tidal Glow section and scroll down to find this pattern with kind of a bubble or even pearl pattern. Right, so pause the video if you want to be able to see what the name of the pattern maker is. Moving on, let's layer some skirts. We'll start with the Opposites Attract skirt. The main body of it will be yellow, and the lace on the skirt will all be white and blue. Over that, we'll layer the Dear Dolly skirt, which will be in the shades of blue. So this is meant to mimic the way that the skirt looks. For an accessory, we shall add the Summer Fantasy shell-shaped purse in order to fit the theme, and this is our water fairy look. So it has very unique sleeves, so we tried to mimic that as far as we could, and the shell-shaped skirt with different layers on it, we tried to achieve that by layering two skirts, the Dear Dolly skirt and the Opposites Attract skirts with white lace, meant for the bottom white layer. So our final set is this Charmed Heart Dark Fairy set. It's a casual set in two parts. The first one is the bodice that looks like a cardigan, and it's made up of different shades of purple. So we will save the colors. And the second part of the set is the skirts that's predominantly black. So for the bodice, we're going to go with the TTYL bodice, get rid of the necklace, and paint it all purple. But we're not done yet. We'll be using toggle 14 of the Starlight cardigan. So we'll be getting rid of the pockets and all of the pins. Then we will roll the sleeves up to midway. Then we will get rid of the buttons, but actually make them less cutesy, just a simple round button. And we will color this entire cardigan, all parts of it, in the same shade of purple, every single part of it. However, we are not done with the bodice as of yet. There's a reason why we rolled up the sleeves of the cardigan, and that is because we are using toggle 7 of the Snow Swan sleeves. These ones are flared out and have a lace trimming at the hem of the sleeve. So we'll color that. And finally, for the front bow, we'll be using toggle 19 of the Darling Valentina bodice, right, the medium-sized bow that we will color a dark purple. For the skirt, we'll be going with toggle 3 of the Opposites Attract bodice, which is just the skirt with the chains. So the skirt's going to be black, the lace is going to be purple, the belt purple as well, and the chains will be white or silver. So to complete this whole outfit, I've decided to go with Batmore heels with the little bat wings, which I'm going to color purple and black to fit the whole outfit, of course. And with that, we have our cute casual dark fairy outfit. And that's all of the 13 new sets released in Royale High that are sadly paywalled behind items. So it's really such a shame that we can't use diamonds to buy these sets, since they are genuinely so beautiful, and I definitely want to get several of these sets through trading as soon as I can. But either way, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and enjoyed watching me build these outfits, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!